Now we have to go deep into Laravel and start creating, modifying some of the tables. Now if you go to Laravel, Laravel comes to, there's a file called, go to your Laravel application, go to database, go to migrations. So this is where Laravel manages migrations. A migration is basically a file where you write you write the tables and fields that will appear in your database. Then you run a command in your command line and Laravel will create them in your database for you. So when you're using Laravel, it's not advisable to go straight to your database and start creating things directly there. You have to create it in the migrations file. So let's go to users migration and see what's there. If you go to users migration, we'll see that they just have exactly what we have in our users table, which is name, email, password, and email is unique. Now if you want to read about this, you want to go to Laravel documentation and search for migrations. So there I am in my database. If you click on users, I think we should have clicked on structures. Let's click on structure, and what you observe is simple. There is ID, name, email, password, and if we go to this place, we'll see that there's ID, name, email, password. This remember token, that's what you have here, remember token. But then there are two fields that are not in our migrations, which is created at and updated at. So if you check this, this is the function that does that. It basically takes the current time and adds it. Alright. Okay, so now we understand what migration files are. Let us modify our users table so that it can handle referrals. First thing we need to modify is that we need to know who referred. If a user has signed up, we need to know who referred them, which of the already signed up users referred them. All right, so we're gonna do table integer. Then we're gonna simply enter the field's name. The field's name could be referred by _by. So we're going to just enter the user ID of the person that referred the person, but then this field should be optional, so we can do it nullable. So once you add nullable, it means the field is optional. You can read about migrations if you go to Laravel documentation and head to migration Laravel 5.6. So what you have is laravel.com/docs/5.6, because I'm using 5.6. If tomorrow you're using 5.7, you should just check for 5.7. So basically, I'm just trying to open it. So you just come here and type migrations, and you will see all these fields that you read more about it and see all these fields. Alright, so the next thing we need to know is how many people has this user referred. So we can say table, we can say integer, and then we can say number of revs, that is no of revs. So even though we're going to make it nullable, we're going to put a default value to it. So let's put a default value. So do a default value that says the default is 0. Total number of people you've referred is 0. Alright, the next thing we need to know about this user is the level they have already achieved. So in a referral system, there are different levels a user can achieve. For instance, on level 1, we can say that a user is to reach level 1, you have to refer 100 people. Level 2, you refer 250 people. Level 3, you refer 500 people, something like that. So we have to have, we're going to create a special table for that level, but now we're going to just, for now, link that table. We'll say integer. So it's going to be ref, that's for referral, ref level _ID. We need to know the ID of the referral level, and we're going to keep it nullable. So we still have to create a table called ref levels. Alright, so now we know the level you are in. We need to know the kind of user this user is, the role they are playing on the site, whether they are an admin. So we're going to do role_ID. So, and of course make it nullable. Alright, so now What this one does is tell us whether you are an admin or you are a staff managing the platform, or you are a user that is contesting in the referral, whatever. So you understand. So they are similar but different. This one shows us the level you've attained as a referee or whatever. This one tells us the kind of user you are on our platform. So now everything is sorted out. We are going to have to create two tables. As you can see, we need to create a table called roles. We need to create another table called ref levels. All right. So now to do that, we have to go to the command prompt, and I have to exit. I think I created something like this before. Exactly. So here in the command prompt, we have to create a migration file for that. So we'll do php artisan migrate make migration. Then we'll give it the name of the migration. It's create. If you look at the migration files, you see the way they are created. You see the files are named create underscore the table name. In this case, we're doing roles. Then you put table. That's it. So we want to create the roles table. This is the way we're going to name the file. Alright, so I'll hit enter. This is probably going to take a few seconds and then it will be done. You don't need internet connection. A new file will be created here. Then we'll do the same thing for the other table called ref level.